Previously, we analyzed the possibility and necessity of John the Baptist's resurrection. This time, we will analyze the direct evidence of John the Baptist's resurrection, which is written in the Gospel of John. Let's first look at Jesus' 2 words. 1. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." John 12:8-2. Jesus answered, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." John 6:14. Jesus said that he is light and truth. So who bears this witness for Jesus? Let's look at another paragraph of Jesus' words. "If I testify about myself, my testimony is not valid. There is another who testifies in my favor, and I know that his testimony about me is valid. You have sent to John and he has testified to the truth." John 5:31-33. There is also a paragraph in the first chapter of the Gospel of John. There came a man who was sent from God. His name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light, so that through him all men might believe. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. John 1:6-8. It can be seen that Jesus is light and truth. Only John can testify. John testified that Jesus is light and truth. However, in the 4 Gospels, we do not find that John testified that Jesus is light and truth. However, from the content of the Gospel of John, except that Jesus said he is light and truth. Only the author of the Gospel of John testified that Jesus is light and truth first. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. John 1:3-5. 2. This is the verdict: light has come into the world, but men loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light, and will not come in the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly that what he has done has been done through God. John 3:19-21. This is also a testimony that Jesus is the light. Third, the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. John 14:1-4. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. John 17:1. These last 2 sentences are obviously witnessing that Jesus is the truth. We know that only John the Baptist can witness that Jesus is light and truth. However, the fact is that the author of the Gospel of John witnessed that Jesus is light and truth, which means that the author of the Gospel of John is John the Baptist, the mysterious disciple. Take a closer look at this phrase from the Gospel of John: the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. John testifies concerning him. He cries out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, 'He who comes after me has surpassed me because he was before me.'" John 1:14-15. The author of the Gospel of John said the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. And Baptist John testified this was he of whom I said, "He who comes after me has surpassed me because he was before me." John the Baptist emphasized that the man the author said was what I once said: "He who comes after me has surpassed me because he was before me." Obviously, if John the Baptist did not rise, how could he affirm and evaluate the words of the Gospel author of John? How can a dead person affirm or evaluate the words of the living? Therefore, there is only one conclusion when the author of the Gospel of John said these words. Either John the Baptist was on the scene, or John the Baptist was the author himself. Otherwise he could not affirm or evaluate the words of the author of the Gospel of John. Therefore, these contents prove that John the Baptist was still alive when the author of the Gospel of John wrote the Gospel of John. This is the resurrected John the Baptist.